Wembley Stadium, London, July 16, 1988. Bad World Tour. Final show of the European leg. Michael Jackson walks into his dressing room during intermission between his opening set and the acoustic section. Sweating, exhausted, exhilarated. 72,000 people outside waiting for him to return. His assistant has laid out his costume change. Water, towel, the usual pre-second act routine. But as Michael sits down at his dressing table to catch his breath, something catches his eye. On the corner of the table, partially hidden behind a makeup kit, a bracelet, small, delicate, silver chain with a tiny charm, a musical note. Michael's hand freezes reaching for his water bottle because he knows that bracelet. Hasn't seen it in 9 years, but he'd recognize it anywhere. He gave it to Tatum O'Neal for her 16th birthday in 1979, 3 months before their relationship ended. 3 months before she walked away, and he let her go without fighting. The bracelet disappeared when she left. Michael assumed she kept it or threw it away or lost it somewhere in the chaos of their breakup. But now it's here, in his dressing room, at Wembley Stadium, July 1988, 9 years later. How? Why? Who put it here? Michael picks up the bracelet. His hands are shaking, not from the performance, from a flood of memories this object carries. First kiss, first love, first heartbreak, first time he learned that loving someone wasn't enough if you were too scared to fight for them. His stage manager knocks on the door. Michael, 5 minutes to acoustic set. Michael doesn't respond, can't respond, because he's holding a bracelet that shouldn't exist in his present. A ghost from 1979 that somehow materialized in 1988. And somewhere, somehow, Tatum is here, or was here, or sent someone. And Michael has 5 minutes to decide what this means before he has to walk back on stage and perform in front of 72,000 people who have no idea his entire world just tilted. November 5th, 1979. 9 years earlier. Tatum O'Neal's 16th birthday. 3 months into Michael and Tatum's breakup. They split in July 1979. Haven't spoken since the night she told him she couldn't do it anymore. Since Michael walked out and never called back. But Michael remembers it's her birthday. Has been thinking about it for weeks. Should I send something? Call her? Or let it pass? We're broken up. She made it clear I wasn't enough for her. But it's her birthday. And I still love her, even if I can't be what she needs. Michael buys a bracelet. Silver chain. Small musical note charm. Representing what connected them. The language they shared when words failed. He has it delivered to her house. No card. No message. Just a bracelet. Tatum receives it. She knows immediately it's from Michael. Nobody else would send her a musical note. Nobody else knew music was their private language. She wears it every day for months. A reminder of what they had. A hope that maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll fight for her the way she needed him to fight. But Michael never calls. Never reaches out. The silence stretches from weeks to months. April 1980. 6 months after the breakup. Tatum stops wearing the bracelet. Puts it in a drawer. Can't bear to look at it anymore because it represents a hope that never materialized. Michael never fought for her. Never came back. The bracelet is just a reminder of what she lost. But she never throws it away. Can't bring herself to. It sits in that drawer for years, moving with her from apartment to apartment. A relic of her first love. The boy who gave her a piece of jewelry with a musical note because he couldn't say, I love you out loud, but could show it through symbols. Summer 1977. The beginning. On the set of The Wiz, New York City. Michael Jackson, 18, almost 19. Tatum O'Neal, 13, almost 14. 2 child stars who understood loneliness in ways most people never would. Their first real conversation happened between takes. Michael was hiding from the chaos. Tatum found him. You're Michael Jackson. I know. That wasn't a question. Just a fact. Michael smiled. You're Tatum O'Neal. Also a fact. Silence. Comfortable silence. Do you ever wish you could just be normal? Michael asked. Every single day. But we're not normal. We never will be. so we might as well find someone who understands. That's when it started. For nearly 2 years, Michael and Tatum were inseparable. Late-night phone conversations about everything and nothing. Disneyland trips where Michael could wear a disguise and feel normal. Learning to kiss. Michael's first time. Tatum patient and understanding. Discovering physical affection beyond performance. Writing songs about her. Some recorded, most locked in notebooks. Finding someone who saw Michael Jackson the person, not the icon. The bracelet represented what Michael couldn't say out loud. Music was how he spoke when words failed. The musical note charm meant, this is how I say I love you when I can't say it out loud. Tatum understood, always understood. That was the problem. She understood him so well she knew he'd never be brave enough to choose her over his fear. July 1979. Why they broke up. Tatum wanted a public relationship, not hidden. Physical intimacy progression. Feeling prioritized over his career. A future that looked like partnership, not secrecy. Michael feared media scrutiny would destroy them. Physical intimacy terrified him. Career was at crucial point with off-the-wall recording. Emotional unavailability rooted in childhood trauma made vulnerability impossible. The breaking point. I can't keep waiting for you to be ready, Tatum said. I love you, but I need someone who's present, who's not terrified of being seen with me, who can imagine a future. I'm doing the best I can, Michael replied. I know, but your best is enough. Michael left, never called back, never fought, let her go because fighting would require admitting she was right about his fear. The next 9 years were a study in trying to recreate what he'd lost. Michael dated Brooke Shields. Beautiful, famous, safe, but he couldn't be vulnerable, couldn't open up. Brooke eventually realized Michael was comparing her to someone else. Diana Ross obsession. Unrequited love for his childhood mentor. Attempt to replace Tatum with someone even more impossible. Diana only ever saw him as a child she'd mentored. Various brief connections between 1987 and 1988. Nothing substantial. Michael's fame had exploded with Thriller and Bad. Harder than ever to trust anyone's motives. Tatum remained the ghost haunting every potential relationship. The pattern was always the same. Tatum was Michael's measuring stick. The standard nobody could meet because he'd frozen her in time as the one who got away. The first love he destroyed through his own fear and inability to be emotionally present. Tatum's life moved forward too. If you're enjoying this story, please subscribe to support the channel. 1980 to 1986. Acting career continues but struggles with addiction. Father's alcoholism and abuse worsening. String of relationships that don't work because she's always comparing them to Michael. Carrying the bracelet with her through moves, breakups, chaos. Can't throw it away. 1986. Marries John McEnroe. Tennis superstar, intense personality. 3 children over the next few years. Difficult marriage, but committed to trying to build something stable. 1986 to 1988. Marriage turbulent but ongoing. Tatum in therapy, working through her past. Her therapist asks, are there unresolved relationships you need closure on? Michael is the biggest piece of unfinished business. July 1988. Tatum sees that Michael's Bad World Tour is coming to Wembley Stadium. Final European show, July 16, 1988. The realization hits her. She's been carrying his bracelet for 9 years, moving it from drawer to drawer, apartment to apartment, unable to throw it away because it represents something unfinished. Michael gave it to her after their breakup, a gesture that said, I still love you without words. But he never followed up, never fought for her. The bracelet became a symbol of hope that died. Tatum decides to return the bracelet, not to hurt him, not to rekindle anything, just to close the loop, to say, I carried this for 9 years. Now I'm giving it back. We're done. I'm moving on. She contacts Michael's tour management, has connections through Hollywood, arranges to have the bracelet delivered to his dressing room at Wembley. Time to arrive during intermission. Private moment, not public spectacle. She doesn't include a note. The bracelet is the message. You gave me this when we ended. I kept it. Now I'm returning it. Goodbye. Tatum doesn't attend the concert. This isn't about confrontation. It's about closure, returning something that was never truly hers because it represented a love Michael couldn't sustain. July 16th, 1988. Earlier that day, Michael's assistant finds a small package, addressed to Michael, hand-delivered, marked personal, to be placed in dressing room. She opens it. Security protocol. Finds a bracelet. Doesn't know what it means, but follows instructions. Places it on Michael's dressing table before the show. During the first half of the concert, Michael has no idea the bracelet is waiting for him. He performs flawlessly. Bad. The Way You Make Me Feel. Smooth Criminal. High energy. Full production. 72,000 people losing their minds. Intermission arrives. Michael walks into his dressing room and finds a bracelet. Michael picks it up, immediately recognizes it. The specific chain, the musical note charm, the slight tarnish on the silver. This is the bracelet he gave Tatum in November 1979. No question. Memories hit him all at once. Buying the bracelet, agonizing over the choice, having it delivered to her for her 16th birthday, hoping she'd understand what it meant, never following up, never calling, never fighting, assuming she threw it away or lost it or forgot about it. But she kept it for 9 years, and now she's returning it. His stage manager knocks. Michael, 5 minutes. I need more time. You don't have more time. 72,000 people. I need more time. The stage manager leaves, concerned. Michael sits alone with the bracelet. Why now? Why here? After 9 years? Is she here? In the audience? Or did she just send someone to deliver it? What does it mean? Is it goodbye? Closure? Anger? Regret? The realization. The bracelet is a message. Tatum kept it for 9 years, carried it with her, and now she's giving it back. This is her way of saying, we're done. I'm closing this chapter. Here's your symbol back. Panic, not about the performance, about the finality of this gesture. For 9 years, Michael has carried Tatum with him, not actively. He hasn't tried to contact her, but she's been there, the ghost of first love, the measuring stick, the what if, and now she's returning the bracelet, ending it, for real. I have to find her. I have to talk to her. I can't let this be how it ends. Michael calls his assistant into the dressing room. Where did this come from? He holds up the bracelet. It was delivered earlier today. Marked for your dressing room. From who? No name. Just instructions to place it here before the show. Find out who delivered it. I need a name, an address, a phone number, anything. Michael, you're about to go on stage after the show, but find out. It's important. 9:20. Michael returns to stage. 10 minutes late. The crowd has been waiting. Michael apologizes briefly. The acoustic section begins. This is a vulnerable part. Just Michael on a stool with a microphone, singing ballads, connecting with the audience emotionally. But tonight is different. Michael has the bracelet in his pocket, can feel its weight, its presence. He performs, I Just Can't Stop Loving You. Then She's Out of My Life. During She's Out of My Life, the song Michael cried through for years after Tatum. The song everyone knows is about a real person, though Michael never confirmed who. Tonight, with the bracelet in his pocket, Michael can barely get through it. His voice breaks multiple times. Tears visible on his face under the stage lights. The audience thinks it's just Michael being emotional, selling the song. But Michael is somewhere else. 1979. The night Tatum told him his best wasn't enough. The night he walked away. The moment he chose fear over love. When the song ends, Michael sits on his stool, not moving, just breathing. The bracelet burning in his pocket. The audience erupts in applause. But Michael barely hears it. He's thinking about Tatum, about the bracelet, about 9 years of carrying her ghost, and about the fact that she's trying to end it. Finally, for real, the rest of the show. Michael performs through to the end. Man in the Mirror, Billie Jean, the finale with pyrotechnics and dancers. All flawless. all professional. But anyone watching closely can see Michael is distracted. Somewhere else. 11 o'clock. The show ends. Michael takes his bow, exits the stage, walks directly to his dressing room. His assistant is waiting. Michael, I made some calls. Did you find her? The delivery came from a service, but I traced it. The client was Tatum O'Neill. Michael's heart stops. Is she here? In London? No, she's in Los Angeles. She arranged a delivery, remotely. Give me her phone number. Michael, it's 4 in the morning in L.A. I don't care. Get me her number. 11:30. Michael sits in his dressing room, holding the bracelet, staring at the phone. His assistant has provided Tatum's number. Home phone. Do I call? At 3:30 in the morning? What'd I even say? Michael picks up the phone. Dials. It rings. 5 times. 6 times. Tatum answers. Groggy. Confused. Hello? Tatum. It's Michael. Silence. Long silence. Tatum waking up, realizing who's calling. Michael. Hi. It's 3:30 in the morning. I know. I'm sorry. I just finished a show in London. I found the bracelet. More silence. I figured you would. Why did you send it back? Because I've been carrying it for 9 years. And I realized I need to let go of you, of us, of what we were. The bracelet was the last piece, so I'm giving it back. You kept it for 9 years. I couldn't throw it away. It meant something. You gave it to me after we broke up. It was your way of saying you still loved me, but you never followed up, never came back, so it just sat in a drawer, a reminder of what we lost. I'm sorry for everything, for not fighting for you, for letting you walk away, for being too scared. Michael, it was 9 years ago. We were kids. You were 21. I was 16. We were both too damaged to know how to love each other. But I did love you. I still don't. Tatum interrupts. Don't say it, because it doesn't matter anymore. I'm married. I have kids. I've built a life. And you're Michael Jackson, the biggest star on the planet. We can't go back. I'm not asking to go back. I'm asking for one conversation, face to face, to say what I should have said 9 years ago. Why? Because you were my first love, and I destroyed it. And I've spent 9 years living with that regret. And I need to tell you I'm sorry. For real, not over phone. Tatum is quiet for a long time. Okay, one conversation. But that's it. Then we're done. For real. When? I'll fly to London. I'll be there in 2 days. But Michael, this is closure, not reconciliation. You understand? I understand. July 18th, 1988. 2 days later. Hyde Park, London. 6 o'clock in the evening. Michael arrives first, wearing a disguise. Hat, sunglasses, jacket despite the summer heat. Trying to be invisible. Sits on a bench, waiting, the bracelet in his pocket. Tatum arrives at 6:15. She's 24 now, almost 25. Different from a 16-year-old he last saw in 1979. Older, lived in, real. She sits down next to him. Doesn't say anything at first. Hi, Michael says. Hi. Silence. Long silence. You look good. So, do you? Different, but good. More silence. Why did you really come? Michael asks. You could have just let the bracelet be the message. Why agree to see me? Tatum takes a breath. Because I've spent 9 years wondering what would have happened if I'd stayed, if I'd been more patient, if I'd given you more time. And I realized I need to know, what were we? What could we have been? If you had been brave enough. Michael's honesty. You were everything. My first love. My first kiss. The first person who made me feel like I was enough just being myself. And I destroyed it because I was terrified of losing control, of being vulnerable, of choosing you over my career, of all of it. And now I'm 30 years old. I've had relationships. None of them worked because I kept comparing them to you, to what we had. and realizing they didn't measure up. That's not fair to them, or to yourself. I know, but it's the truth. Tatum pulls something from her bag, a small box, opens it. Inside, the bracelet. I brought it, in case you wanted it back. Michael looks at it, shakes his head. No, I gave that to you. It's yours. If you want to throw it away, that's your choice. But I don't want it back. Why not? Because it represents something I can't change. What I gave you, what I couldn't follow through on. Keeping it won't change that. Why did you give me the bracelet in the first place? Tatum asks, after we broke up, why send it? Because I wanted you to know I still loved you, even if I couldn't be what you needed, even if I wasn't brave enough to fight for you. I wanted you to have something that said, you mattered, you'll always matter. But you never called, never came back. So the bracelet just became a reminder of what wasn't enough. I know, and I'm sorry. I should have fought for you, should have chosen you, should have been brave. And I wasn't, and I've spent 9 years regretting it. So, what do you want from me now, Michael? Forgiveness? Closure? Something else? I don't know. Maybe just acknowledgement. That what we had was real. That it mattered. That it wasn't just a footnote in our lives. It wasn't a footnote. You were my first love, too. You shaped everything that came after. Every relationship I've had, I've measured against what we had. So no, it wasn't a footnote. It was foundational. But we can't go back, Tatum continues. I'm married. You're Michael Jackson. We're different people now. I know. So this is goodbye. For real this time. Is it? It has to be. Michael nods slowly. Okay, but can I ask you something? Anything. Do you regret us? Do you wish we'd never happened? Tatum thinks. No, I don't regret loving you. I regret how it ended. I regret that you weren't ready. But I don't regret the love. First loves teach us who we are. You taught me that I'm worth fighting for, even if you couldn't do the fighting. And you taught me that love requires bravery. And I wasn't brave, but maybe I can be now, for someone else, because of what you taught me. Tatum stands. I should go. Michael stands too. Thank you for coming, for the bracelet, for the conversation, for all of it. You're welcome. They hug. Long, real, final. Goodbye, Michael. Goodbye, Tatum. She walks away, doesn't look back. Michael watches her go, feels something like peace. Not happiness, not closure exactly, but acknowledgement of what was, of what couldn't be, of what they both learned. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out the bracelet, looks at it one last time, then puts it back. He'll keep it now, not as a reminder of regret, but as a reminder that he's capable of loving someone, even if he wasn't brave enough to sustain it. July 16th, 1988, Wembley Stadium. Michael Jackson found a bracelet in his dressing room during intermission, a silver chain, musical note charm. The bracelet he gave Tatum O'Neal in November 1979, 3 months after their breakup. His way of saying, I love you when words failed. She kept it for 9 years, carried it through moves, relationships, marriage. Couldn't throw it away because it meant something. But in 1988, she gave it back, not out of anger, out of necessity. She needed to close the chapter, move forward, stop carrying the ghost of first love. Michael could have ignored it, could have accepted the bracelet as goodbye and moved on. But he didn't. He called her, flew her to London, said what he should have said 9 years earlier. I'm sorry. You mattered. You'll always matter. They can go back. Too much time. Too much life. Too many differences. But they got closure. Real closure. Face to face. Honest. Final. The bracelet wasn't about reconciliation. It was about acknowledgement. That first love shapes everything that follows. That some relationships are meant to teach, not to last. That saying goodbye probably matters more than holding on forever. Michael kept the bracelet after that meeting, not as regret, as reminder that he was capable of love, even if he wasn't ready for it at 21. Some objects carry entire histories. Some symbols hold years of meaning. That bracelet, small silver with a musical note, held 9 years of carrying, returning, and finally accepting what was lost. And sometimes that's enough. If you like this story, please subscribe to support this channel.